Hello, Steve Wilson from Grand Junction and my absolute favorite shop. Up here on Liberty Cap with my bucket. And you know, sometimes we just use this bucket as a liver, and it is such a story to be told. I would like for people to know how this happened. You know, let's just walk around the corner and we start with our young children at a very young age. And the type of cereals that they eat, if you just take a look at the boxes, upwards to 50% is sugar. So they take on all of the nutrients, put up all of the stuff, including sugar, back into it, and no wonder your child has a burst of energy, feels pretty good for a little while, and then can't make it past an hour. And the key to it is we are frequently demonstrating that to them by eating the same thing. So if we changed your diet and gave you 4 or 5 hours of energy for 1/3 the money, would that be of interest? But let's talk about this, because we're on our way to this bucket and it's overloaded because toxins were overloaded because of sugar. Your liver's converting it to fat, storing it, and just all of the garbage that you put in your body, ranging from inorganic salt, minerals, and vitamins, and highly processed foods. This is what upwards to 50% of the young men, before they get through their teens, own. Worse than that, when you get past 50, 70% of Americans all have non-alcohol fatty liver disease. This is the fat burner of the body. It's the cleaner of the blood. Why wouldn't we understand this and avoid things such as periodontal issues? Now, what I want to talk about is where exactly disease begins. The periodontalists tell us that it begins in the mouth. Think about that. The sugar that you're consuming converts to a biofilm, is the technical language, coats the tooth and gums, and begins the disease process. Then you begin to pay for all the tooth issues that you have. Then as you get a little older, you begin to talk about implants at $3,000 to $4,000 a piece. Plus the periodontal disease, the ugliness of the mouth, all of the things that go with it. Now we've been able to associate with studies everything from cancer to Alzheimer's disease, and obviously diabetes, the autoimmune diseases that come about, cardiovascular issues, all beginning in the mouth. So this would be a good place really to take a hard look at what you're doing. Is it value enough to you to understand this, and are we disciplined enough to get our children to understand it and be obedient to what you know? Once you understand what we're talking about, you won't go back to the other way, and neither will your children. At least they'll have the understanding. My son once told me, he said, "Dad, don't worry about me because I know exactly where you are. And though I might stray a little bit, I will return to what you're doing." And he's done that. Now in his 40s, he's got 3 of the greatest kids. My daughters have great kids. You know, it's an amazing story when you really begin to understand how important it is to eat. And I'm going to address you into a brand new thing called vibrations and waves. We have been looking at the world of nutrition from a molecule thing and getting something deposited into the cell through receptor sites. I'm going to introduce you to frequencies and waves, some of the neatest science you'll ever read, that will approach and deal with your attitude, which is at the core of your health. When your attitude, when your frequencies are low, that's where disease lives, that's where fatigue lives, and that's not where you want to be. So if we can raise your attitude, the emotions, if you will, through good foods, what would that do to your attitude? If you feel really good about yourself and you know what got you there, you question whether you go back to eating the same old stuff that destroyed it. And the diseases that we own today are just horrendous. Steve Wilson from the top of Liberty Cap on this fine noonday and Tuesday, wishing you a happy day. You can reach me at 970-260-1740 or Stephen at nefeshenergy.com/Stephen. You can reach me there anytime. Thank you again for your time.